All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you going up on eBay for no reserve is the ultimate bad boy of my collection. This is a very serious car for any type of Volkswagen enthusiast, and this is no joke. This is a very powerful, very fast, street legal sand rail. It has a clean, clear Arizona title in my name. The car is registered to me. It is my car. Like I said, it's going up for no reserve on eBay. It has plenty of options and goodies, which I will touch on. And like I said, this car is extremely fast. All the bidding will start off at $1 single and sell to the highest bidder for no reserve. And this car will smoke, without a doubt, in the dunes and on the street too, any of those brand new Polaris RZR S models, any of the Can-Am X3 models that are turbo, any of the YXZs or the Kawasaki KRXs, any of that. Even Robbie Gordon's new Speed UTV, I don't think it's going to be able to hold a candle in the wind against this car. Like I said, they're going to beat you off the line in the dunes and on the street because those are all automatics, CVTs, except for the YXZ. And then once you hit about third gear, second to third gear, you're going to start gaining on them. And then once you hit third gear to fourth gear, the party is over. So like I said, this is a no reserve auction. It is street legal. It is going up for no reserve to the highest bidder. It is equipped with a VIN number. As you can see right there is the VIN number. And then it does have a turbo, which I will touch on. Down here are your plugins for the headsets, which I do have, which I will include. You have headsets for all of your passengers, as you can see right there. So you can listen to music, you can talk. There is a plug-in right here on the other side, which I will touch on. Let me see if I can just get this over this way. And yeah, so right there is a plug-in for your phone or your iPod or your Nano or whatever you got. And then the cool thing right there, that is a remote style lighted whip for the dunes. It comes on right there and you can change the colors to any color that you see fit. So we'll go ahead and turn on the power. You got blue, you got red, you got green, you got purple, yellow, teal, pink, white. You can actually do different types of modes where it goes through all the different types of modes. You got your American flag right there, and you can speed it up or slow it down, kind of like a candy cane. So I'm going to include that right there. I'm going to show you all the headlights and tail lights work right here. So first I'll turn on the headlights so you can see the headlights. Those are bullet style headlights right there. Headlights all work, and you got your tail lights in the rear, like I said, with your flag. It is a very, very awesome car. No expense has been spared. So there is your tail lights right there. And then you got your dash lights, which do come on with the car. You can kind of see right there is your tachometer light, and then your lights are on, I assure you, right there. You can see them all, they all work. Go ahead and start the car here in just 1 second. This is your fan for your oil right here. You can hear it click on. That is an oil cooler fan underneath there of the spoiler, but above the intercooler for the remote spin-on oil filter, which I will touch on. And then the empty breather element box kit right there. So this holds an extra about 2.5 quarts of oil. So you have 3 quarts of oil in the whole entire, 5 quarts of oil in the whole entire car. Spin-on oil filter. So this is an 1835cc dual port motor turbo. Go ahead and turn on the electronic fuel pump just so you can hear that. Electronic fuel pump. There's your fuel pressure regulator right there. And then you can see your fuel filter right down there to the right. And then your fuel pressure regulator. So go ahead and start the car right here for you. There's the bad boy. No joke. There's your oil pressure. And then your boost comes on once you get it under load. So you have to kind of step on the gas to give it some boost for the boost to come on. But very, very healthy motor. turn this all off. That way you can hear me. A little bump there on the phone. So like I said, no reserve auction. We'll sell to the highest bidder, no expense spared in this car. Fully street legal. So we'll go back here to the motor. 1835cc dual port motor. Has your Weber carburetor right there. This is going to be your draw-through turbo. It is a T3 T4 turbo air research, Garrett T3 T4 turbo. This utilizes a Rhino transaxle case right here. This is the upgraded transaxle with a super diff, so that way it can handle the horsepower. There is your brand new axle boots on the back. The Rhino case, you can look those up. They're about 40% stronger than the magnesium. This is aluminum, so the internals are all stronger with Weddell gears to support the load. Here is your air filter right there for your turbo, your intercooler, your hydraulic clutch remote style fan. I'm sorry, I said hydraulic clutch. This is your remote fan right there. And then you have what's what I was looking for. I lost my train of thought. You have your Garrett T3 T4 turbo, and then you have your hydraulic clutch and hydraulic brakes in the back. That's what I was trying to get at. There's your hydraulic clutch, your slave cylinder, and then hydraulic pedal assembly right here. The great thing about this car is that pedal assembly, the Ultra Slide, it is fully adjustable for any driver. So I'm 6'2", 230 pounds. I have plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom. This car will accommodate someone up from about 5'5", 5'6" to probably pretty close to 7 feet, no BS. Like if you're a basketball player, you'll fit extremely comfortably in the car. The seats do not slide forward, but the pedal assembly, they're just 13 millimeters. You can slide that. You have the adjustable brake lines and clutch lines to slide that back, and your pedal you can see. Right here is your GPS mount if you wanted to have like a Garmin GPS, or you can put your iPod or your iPhone there and plug in. Like I said, this is the music right here for your plug-in. This is a male that would go into a female back to a male, so you need a female to male for the plug-in for your Nano or for your iPad or your iPhone or whatever you want to use, and you can listen to music. You can have the adjustments right here of the intercom of talking right there. You can kind of see down below. And then the same thing with your passengers right back there. You have your intercoms. I have the buttons to talk. Storage bags right here for your remote, for your lighted whip, for the flag mount, any type of tools or anything that you want to use. Here is the remote. You can just slide that back there. Great safety features on the car. When you compare this car to the overall side-by-sides, look around, folks. Go to the power sports dealerships, your friends. You have what is the A post right here, and then the B post and the C post. Grab the B post of the car and shake it side to side, and you will see that there is no body roll in this car. They're extremely safe. Sand rails have a lower center of gravity, so they're very unlikely to roll over. Yes, you can roll over in any car, but compared to the Razors, the Can-Ams, those are a shorter wheelbase. They have actually a shorter track width. So if you look at the track width, that's from tire to tire. A lot of those, are 64 inches. That's why they put on wheel spacers and increased them to 72 inches to give them a wider stance for the stability. People doing donuts and putting their arms out there and snapping their arms. You have to look at the recalls on the Polaris Razor that have been known to catch fire. That's no joke. I don't make that up. I've had them. I've seen them. In Glamis, California, you can type in Razor turbo fires. I think a 15-year-old kid burned to death back in 2017 or 18, and they settled that with like a $75 million lawsuit with Polaris. Also, the Can-Ams on the front end, they make all the gusset kits because those use a single shear aluminum tab. I think Robbie Gordon is the only one now that uses a dual shear aluminum aircraft tab. If I'm not mistaken, he was the first one to do it because those front ends get all wallowed out. We have all the leading manufacturers here for sand rails and for the UTVs. You can look up Geyser Brothers makes a gusset kit. Weller Racing makes a gusset kit for the X3. Sinfab, that's no joke. You can look up the recalls on that. Also with the sand rails, we have the leading manufacturers of sand rails here. Tatum Motorsports, he builds sand rails all the way for guys in Dubai. Same thing with Joe Fab of Sand Limo. We had Predator cars out here, but these are the leading manufacturers of off-road cars. FOD Rail Motorsports is out here, so all the parts are readily available. Very, very super safe, economical car. This is a Volkswagen with a turbocharge. You run premium fuel on there, super reliable. So you have to ask yourself this, guys. Okay, Polaris RZR. Have you ever seen a Polaris RZR with 100,000 miles? Have you seen one with 50,000? Have you seen one with 10,000? I have yet to see a UTV with 10,000 miles. Volkswagen motors have been around since 1951. They're still on the road, including this one today. All you have to do is change your oil, adjust your valves every once in a while. You don't have to worry about carrying a spare belt, even though these carry a belt, just like every car there for the alternator or the generator on some cars. But on the RZRs, you have to carry a belt. This, like I said, it's a car motor. You can drive on the freeway. It's street legal. Go over some more great features on the car. Speaking of street legal, to prevent theft, you do have for easy access and to prevent theft, you have a removable steering wheel. So you just take this off right here like that. Also, to prevent theft, you can disconnect a couple things back here. You can disconnect the Bosch 009 distributor center coil, or the distributor wire in the center, and as well as a coil wire. Just a little trick, if you go out to eat or you want to go to the movie theater, you can disconnect that. You can turn off the fuel for the fuel pressure regulator. Obviously quick disconnect on the battery. At the end of the day, if someone wants it bad enough, they're going to take it. But these are some cool features. Like I said, no one's going to take off without a steering wheel. It's going to be impossible to turn. Like I said, just little tidbits of disconnecting the coil wire or the distributor wire. But this motor, like I said, even if you don't like Volkswagens, you can pop this thing out. It's 4 17-millimeter bolts. That's what it is. You disconnect your throttle linkage, which is right there, and then also disconnect your fuel. And then you can pop this out and you can put any type of motor back there if you're not a VW guy. You can sell this motor all day long. It probably has about pretty close to 200 horsepower at the rear wheels. It is extremely fast. You can sell this to any Volkswagen enthusiast, any VW Ghia, any Baja Bug, even those Porsche replicas would love to have this motor, plus the Rhino case transaxle. That's a huge upgrade. Mid-engine car, so it's completely balanced. And going back to a mid-engine car, this is the same thing as a Volkswagen. It's just the motor is rotated 180 degrees. The motor's in the back or in the middle of the car. The transmission's in the back to help with the balance. Super, super stable. Paint is in really, really good shape. It's not powder coat. It has these little blemishes. This was aftermarket. This was before I got the car. People put these grab handles on there. But there is a GoPro mount, and the roll bar padding is all removable. It's still plenty of good, paint right there. So like I said, I just kind of like the old school look, but this just comes right off. There's nothing to hide right there. I think it kind of matches with the seats. You're very, like I said, unlikely to roll over, but it'll give you some type of protection. You got, typical little paint chips here and there, little paint chips, but it's a great little car. Has Jamar hubs right there in the back. Those are 5-lug with Douglas wheels with newer, I believe those are 31s, or they might be 235s, 235 75 15s, and then newer tires up front, 165 80 15s right here. Those are Douglas 3-spoke wheels. You have right here in the front, you have an aluminum front beam with your shock towers, your tow strap if you want to pull people out, because you'll be pulling those RZRs out when they get stuck or they break their belt and you have to tow them back to camp if you're out in the dunes. The good thing about this beam front end is you don't even need a trailer, folks. You can buy a universal tow bar from Harbor Freight for about 65 bucks. You can drill 2 holes in there and you can tow this behind your wife's passenger car, a Honda, a Toyota Camry, a little Nissan Altima, or you can use a standard Volkswagen tow bar and you can tow this thing cross country. A regular Volkswagen tow bar, the same thing for a Karmann Ghia. They go for about 50 bucks, 60 bucks, 75 max on Craigslist. You can buy them new for 100. 2 bolts with a pin that just actually goes in there, a cotter pin. You can put this in neutral, tow it cross country. You can get your tail light kit from Home Depot or Harbor Freight or any type of tow kit to put the 2 tail lights on there and hook up your 4-pin connector and tow it across country. Thing probably weighs, in my mind, I would say about 900 pounds. The overall length from the front tire to the rear end of the transaxle here is right at 13 feet at the very, very tip. With this tow hook or tow strap bar right here, that is, we'll call it, 13 feet 3 inches. That's removable. You can take it off. This is your cooler right here, typical Budweiser old school cooler. So you just take this off. You can put your storage in there, your adult beverages. I'm gonna leave that off just for right now. Easy access to your wiring right there. Quick floor system, your sands, your sand floor, quick clean right here. You have your cable shifter right here, your mid cable shifter for the mid engine. All your gauges, your rear view mirror. It is a very, very, very comfy ride. And like I said, this car is gonna blow the doors off of any of those $40,000, $50,000 razors. I'm telling you, your friends are gonna be pissed. If they wanna race for titles, drive the car for about 20 minutes and then see if they wanna race for titles. Yeah, they're gonna smoke you from first to second gear. Once you hit third gear and fourth gear, it's gonna be gone. I guarantee it. They're not gonna know what hit them. You know, you can buy this car, take it up against their, you know, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 cars in the sand drags. To build this car right now, I mean, there's no expense spared. You're probably looking pretty close to about 45, 50 grand to build it with the turbo, everything. You got 4-point harnesses, you know, you got the 2-inch shoulder belts there, and then the 3-inch lap belts. The intercoms, you know, with the headsets, I'm giving those. That's about $1,000 right there. Hydraulic clutch, hydraulic pedal assembly, sliding pedal assembly, you know, your rack and pinion steering right here. You do have a little bit of a tear right there on that boot, which is easy fix. That motor all day long is worth about probably 8 grand just by itself. The Rhino case and that mid-engine transaxle with the upgrade, valve covers, all the billet anodized aluminum fittings, the lighted whip, your GoPro mount, newer battery, chrome trailing arms. Like I said, this car is awesome in every single aspect, every single way. So if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email me. It is a no reserve auction. Don't wait until the last minute to bid, because you will get outbid. And if you want to stop by, I will take you for a drive. If you have any questions, just because it's a turbo, you know, I don't want someone getting, you know, overzealous, you know, on the freeway and doing something before they buy it. So I'd be more than happy to take you for a spin, have your mechanic come by and take a look at it. I have nothing to hide. It is an awesome car. Please watch the other videos of me driving on the street. Like I said, the turbo kicks on once you get under load. It is a draw through turbo, but his car is super kick-ass and is super fast. If you have any questions about anything, please reach out to me. Thank you and good luck, folks. You don't want to miss this one.